We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. On today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is. So this is not from the Cajun's company. It is from the Zia Chile traders. This is the Sauce 25 to celebrate 25 years of the Grandmaster John Hard making sauces. And there's a blurb here where he's actually, this is another guy, whoever this person is, I'm not familiar with the name, talking about the sauce itself. See, it's a very dark, sort of a dark reddish, and there's lots of particulates in it, and what those might be. So we have fire roasted chiles. We've got red jalapeno and red hatch, apple cider vinegar for some reason, sweet soy, brown sugar, bourbon, garlic, black garlic puree, roasted garlic puree, and fresh garlic puree. So that's we'll talk about that in a second. And sea salt to round it out. So this sauce is featuring some of John Hard's, I guess, more recent forays with the black garlic and the bourbon he's used for quite a while. So it's kind of throwing everything at this sauce, including the hatch chiles, since he's moved down to, I think, Las Cruces, New Mexico. And of course, hatch chilies are in abundance down there. The soy, so to me, this is kind of going for a sort of a sweet Asian glaze sort of a thing. Although we don't see ginger, which is something I would kind of expect, I guess, if he was going to really lean into that. But we've got a lot of stuff that normally would appear in a sort of Asian sweet chili sauce. We've got, of course, the chiles. We've got the garlic. We've got the sugar. We've got the soy sauce. And I'm not quite sure if that's the vibe he is going for. I'm assuming it is, because sweet soy is a pretty distinctive taste. Either way, you can see I've been playing around with this quite a bit. So it's on the thicker side, very smooth, but you can see it definitely, it looks like a lot of sweet sauces where it's kind of got that, not quite a glop, but almost a syrupy nature to it. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. Very nice, darker brownish red. I love the color of this sauce. It looks good, but you know, good-looking sauces has always kind of been a staple, I think, of most of the offerings from the mastermind over there, the mad mastermind even. Well, let's get into it. A little bit of grit in there. Very little bit of heat. Heat is super mild. We've got the soy, the garlic. The garlic in there is wonderful. Nice bit of sweetness. And I think he's one of the few sauce makers that uses bourbon well, or liquor in general well, or booze in general well, if I'm being honest. There is a little trace here of the bourbon like this, and we'll circle back to that. The one thing I sort of have a problem here with, which will be no surprise to regular viewers, whoever you may be out there, and that is the apple cider vinegar. I think if you're going in this direction, why would you not use rice vinegar? The apple cider vinegar, it's not obtrusive, thankfully. It's not that big of a deal as far as the sauce goes. But I'm a little mystified. You've got a lot of these other ingredients sort of angling at one direction there. Why not just embrace it and go with the rice vinegar? But what ultimately is here is a pretty good sauce. So my complaints are limited. With the other bourbon sauces I've had from him, though, like I said before, I don't think they function super well as sauces per se because they have that sort of raw biting element to them. But they do pretty well as grill sauces because you can kind of burn that off and get some caramelization going, and it's a wonderful result. In fact, the bitch, the bourbon-infused chipotle habanero, is still one of my favorite grilling sauces. And of course, you can check out that video in the hot sauce playlist, or you can go to the blog. The written review is linked to it there. You can just go right to it from the table of contents, which will be on the right-hand side of the screen. Okay, so let's get into what I have today. I'm trying to get a little more elaborate now that I have just a touch more time because I'm not trying to voraciously make content as much as I was before. And what I have here, you can see it, is, look at that. That's a nice grilled pork that's been marinated in this sauce. And here it is on a bed of jasmine rice that has been coated with both the wasabi furikake and the red hot chili pepper flakes from the spicy edition of the Japan Crate. There are videos for all of that stuff. You might have to go to the Everything Else playlist to find those. But here is the furikake, the wasabi furikake, and this is the red hot chili pepper flakes. So I put those on the rice here, and I grilled up these sort of pork chops here, and I'm actually pretty excited about this because I think this is gonna be delicious. So let's start with just the grilled pork chop by itself with this sauce. Oh man, that's phenomenal. So again, we have another sauce that, my goodness. Functions extremely well as a grilled sauce. That's delicious. Okay, let's do this. Let's drizzle over everything here. Over the rice, over the pork, the whole kit and caboodle. Now, I did try this sauce on rice by itself, and I think the sauce in this sort of chilled format, this sort of raw format, I just don't find it super favorable. It's way better, I think, when you can get some of that heat there to caramelize it a little bit. You can cook off some of the elements that, I don't know, I guess maybe it just feels unfinished to me a little bit. This is giving it a little bit more heat than it would normally have. This is giving it more of a nice flavor. It works okay here. I still way prefer it on the grilled pork here. You know, maybe it's more up your alley too. I feel like bourbon and hot sauce is a little bit more than I do. This pork is so good. What we want here is really what's left behind with the bourbon, with the liquor. When you see people cooking with it, they're usually flashing off the boozy part. And you got these gorgeous notes at the end of that. That's what's left. They didn't have the actual pork chops I want, so I wound up having to get the thin ones. You know, I was thinking of doing a sort of a char siu style, but it didn't shake out quite the way I hoped. It was still excellent though. I should have marinated them overnight. I let them sit for a while, but for as soon as they would have got really saturated, I think, overnight. This one worked pretty well, I feel like. On chicken thighs as well. And I've got, well, alright, so here's the deal. Grilling season started way late this year, thanks to a longer running than normal winter. So I'm hopeful as of right now. I've still got 1 or 2 grilling weekends left to go, because that really is where I want to use this. I want to use this as a grilling sauce. And as you can see, we're probably down to our last 2/5 of the bottle there. But I do have some other pork chops. And what I think I'm going to try to do is I think I'm going to try to heat this up with those. And just kind of see if having the sauce warmer gives it more of the aspect that I'm hoping for. And if I still have any left, then I'll use the rest of the grill sauce, I think. But another just phenomenal grill sauce from John Hard. This one is not a Kujan's product. This is the Zia Chile Traders. But man, this thing is excellent on the grill. Very, very, very nice. So, but as a hot sauce, to me, it's kind of like the bitches, right? The BICH, the bourbon infused chipotle habaneros, both variations of that. I didn't love them as hot sauces. As grill sauces, phenomenal. As actual hot sauces, I would just rather have other stuff. And I think that's kind of where this falls as well. And I think it's maybe that combination of the bourbon with apple cider doesn't show up hugely in the profile here. My preference would have been more towards rice vinegar, but that actually is a very minimal concern here. Just that aspect of the bourbon, it is better just in that other context. It's not bad by itself though, but that I just hate to damn it with faint praise, you know. But it is really like those other two, where I think it's an okay hot sauce, but it is a spectacular grill sauce. And I think that's really where I'm going to leave this. This, like those other two, is not particularly hot, so you can really, I think, bring a lot of people in to opening their minds to the possibilities of hot sauce in this chili head world that we know and love so much with gateway sauces like this. Yeah, they have something that's grilled with this as a marinade. You get some of that caramelization on there, and now they're interested because it opens their mind to the possibilities. It's not just extract laden garbage stunt sauces. There is a whole culinary world out there. And I think the more people that get to experience it, the better. That's what life's about, right? Experiences. But anyway, enough of that. That's going to do it for this time. The Zia Chile Traders Sauce 25. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.